With GinaGrad.
The news with GinaGrad.
Maxipata, what did that car get to in first gear? Do you have it?
Oh, I
tell?
put it up there. Here, we'll play. This is you coming around that first corner.
We'll see.
Onto the straightaway.
That's first gear to like 73 or something.
That's crazy.
Tell it's got a long first gear.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe 75 in first gear.
It looked over 75.
Oof. So as Lori Loughlin and her husband, Massimo Giannulli, await their fate in the college admission scandal, USC is confirming that their daughters are no longer enrolled there. Loughlin rejected a plea deal similar to the one that Felicity Huffman accepted. She's waiting, and prosecutors are waiting, and they'll see if she gets a prison sentence. Her trial's next year. Meanwhile, also breaking today, parents who have pleaded not guilty in this scandal, including Lori Loughlin and her husband, now face an additional bribery charge, according to federal prosecutors. I think the longer you hold out, the more stuff they're going to find and throw at you. 11 parents.
This is a sad thought, but I feel like half of our agencies, the federal agents, FBI and CIA and such, I feel like half of them are working on the USC admissions scandal, and the other half are digging up Trump stuff. Now's prime time for the terrorists.
Don't tell everybody.
Like
now's the time to strike.
Nobody's at the wheel. We got half are looking into the Steele dossier, the other half are looking into Lori Loughlin, and pow,
Aunt Becky,
another 9/11.
Oh my God,
we are primed.
Well,
we're spread thin.
They are hyper focused on this right now.
I am so, maybe it's just being a dumb atheist. I have no interest in this. Pay somebody, pick up some garbage. Let's get on with our lives. You guys go work on fentanyl coming in through the Mexican. Go work on the tunnels and the container ships or whatever it is you do. Let these broads pay for something. Dedicate a library in South Central or something, and let's get on with our lives.
Oh, that is far from happening because Loughlin and these other 11 parents already face charges of conspiracy fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering as part of the sprawling scheme to use their wealth to cheat and bribe and lie. Now, the new charge accuses the parents of bribing USC employees to get their children admitted to the school. So specifically the employees, not just the school. Of the 52 people charged, 29, including Felicity Huffman, have already agreed to plead guilty. And again, I think the longer they hold out, the more stuff they're going to just try and keep throwing. All
right.
So that'll be next year's entertainment. Canadian Prime Minister
it's all reflection on the parents, right? Like, you're going to USC or you're going to this school so I can brag about you.
Right, like the bishops.
There, right?
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's right.
Because I have no interest in what schools might go to.
Brag to the garbage men friends.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. There you go.
Does it still mean that much? I guess it does.
I think if you're in certain circles, these are all wealthy,
They are.
Actresses,
It reflects back on them. I went to the closest school that would have me, which was the University of Kansas. I had a good time. I had a decent education. It didn't come up in our house to study for SATs or anything.
James, you seem very educated. Did you go to college
I did,
or to university?
Yeah, I did a 4-year degree, Bachelor of Science.
How'd that lead
don't use any of it.
to UFC fighting?
It's a doctor kicking ass.
That's right.
Well, I came out here for 6 months to train with a guy that developed the unarmed combat program for the Navy SEALs. And, supposed to go back and get a job after that, but liked the weather, liked the martial arts training, so stayed. So that was in 2000.
People love dojos, man.
Yeah.
Why not? I think they don't like wearing shoes.
Is that what it comes down to?
I think it's kind of that. I mean, they like martial arts, but they love being barefoot.
Does that ring true?
Even actually not being in the dojo, just walking around, I prefer barefoot.
See?
So
he has a love of being barefoot, and this is very inviting. Most places, no shoes, no service, but the dojo, you get yelled at if you wear shoes onto that mat.
I never even get that, because why are the feet dirtier than the shoes?
I don't know. I feel like you've just been stepping in crap all day.
Same thing you would have done with the shoes on.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I'm saying with the shoes. Yeah.
Good point.
Agree. Yeah.
Francis Ford Coppola agrees with Martin Scorsese's criticism of Marvel movies. The Godfather director told reporters in France that the superhero flicks are despicable. And Coppola says when Martin Scorsese says that the Marvel pictures are not cinema, he's right, because we expect to learn something from cinema. We can expect to gain something enlightening, some knowledge, some inspiration. He added, I don't know that anyone gets anything out of seeing the same movie over and over again. Coppola was in France to be honored.
He's made 3 Godfather movies.
With an award. One fell off completely for his contribution to cinema. And the Marvel Universe is the most successful film franchise of all time, grossing more than $18 billion.
Well, I agree in some regards in that when I was young, you're sort of forced to watch movies like The Sting or movies like that, or even Rocky 1 or some things like that. They were very plodding and slow by today's standards. You know, they weren't made for a 9-year-old. They're made for an adult.
Even The Godfather is, slow by today's standards. It's
over
fantastic
3 hours.
and one of my favorites.
Right. Even all the Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid or something, they're not made for kids, but there's a certain maturation process that as a 10-year-old sitting in the theater and getting through a movie like that and having to kind of rise up to it a little bit versus, hey, this is made for you because it's going to be nonstop in-your-face action. I mean, there's something to that. I mean, you can't call it junk or crap or whatever, but it'd be nice if we started getting back toward those types of simple classic movies and a little less sort of, here, we're going to bowl you over with action.
Well, and at this point, those movies are funding the more cinematic movies because they're the ones that are bringing in $18 billion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now we talk a lot about service animals. We're going to kind of flip that a little bit to the other side of the coin. A blind man claims he and his blind pal were verbally accosted by a self-proclaimed animal rights activist while they were at a bar with their guide dogs.
Does self-proclaimed work in front of anything? It really doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
Heavyweight champ, genius.
You'll see this.
Self-proclaimed doesn't work.
Yeah.
Self-proclaimed just means, now we're dealing with a crazy person.
Yeah, I've decided.
Right.
So Amit Patel, he's a disability activist. He took to Twitter
you
Sunday
don't like Amit.
to detail the drama at a Marriott hotel in
James
the UK.
James would beat Amit. Go ahead, sorry.
After he spoke at this awards ceremony that gives recognition to animals and humans, who have this companionship, he tweeted, last night, 2 blind guys and our dogs at a bar were having a quiet drink. We then get accosted by aggressive women screaming that we're cruel for having guide dogs. Patel told Unilad that the unruly women were shouting that Patel and his friend were, quote, absolutely cruel for having guide dogs, and even suggested that the men were equivalent to the people who organized dog fights. Patel,
I miss a simpler time when middle-aged crazy broads would just sit home and eat Haagen-Dazs and cry.
Bonbons.
Now they're out on the street and they're fucking loud and proud.
They've taken to the street.
A lot of chicks screaming outdoors now.
Get in your face in
nice
bars.
To reel it in just a little bit.
Not in the privacy of your own home at your husband.
Just sit home in your little shame spiral and wonder where the years went. Keep your fat ass in the apartment is kind of what I'm saying.
Okay.
They don't like him having a guide dog?
They don't, because they equate it to he might as well organize dog fights. Patel said...
I do like when you make a jump...
It's a real A to B
You're
argument.
all of a sudden you're Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Like, really? Now, I get a ride dog. It's not good. But a guide dog...
Yeah, very
There's
helpful.
nothing my dog likes more than a walk.
Yeah.
So this is essentially a dog that's getting walked constantly.
Well, and to your
dog's
point,
walking the guy.
Patel said his service dog, Kika, has been with him for 5 years. He's allowed him to venture out without fear, and added, these dogs don't make it through training if they don't want to be there. You just won't be a guide dog. You're not being beaten into submission. You have to be enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, again, if in my list of people to scream at, blind guys.
The guide dog way down the list.
Using a dog that's in the teens. It's not even. It's not even crack my top 10 of people to scream at.
This is what puts vegans in a bad light, right? Is because that's what you think of as over the top, throwing fake blood on people or calling people out for their guide dogs.
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
Do you know her?
On the weekends. Yeah.
It happened at Marriott UK.
They,
I was there last week.
I think I just heard a story that, like, I don't know, Nordstrom's not selling fur anymore. Like somebody's
It's being banned in California.
Yeah,
it's being banned in California.
Yeah, we're done.
New sales of fur. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I'm going to have to go to Mexico to get my coats now.
Use a tunnel.
You have to use Nutria.
Does anyone really need a fur coat? Like, I'm not into all this banning this and banning that, but fur, I get it. Like, you don't need it.
Well, and it's such a vestige of the past because this grandmothers and great aunts, we have my grandmother's fur coats and their minks and their stuff, and they were only used twice a year.
You saved for special occasions.
For high holidays. They all kept them at the furriers, that would control with the temperature, and you take it out for Rosh Hashanah, and you take it out for Yom Kippur, and you put it back for the rest of the year.
Isn't this sort of a hate crime, though? I mean, what about gentlemen of leisure? Do you know what I mean? Fur hat, black guy,
Okay.
Bishop Don Magic Wand. You want him going out in something from Old Navy?
No.
He's going to lose his pimp hand. Going to go out.
It would hurt his brand.
Try to get some runaways to see things his way.
They take one look at that
He's
Kangol
wearing
hat.
a fucking windbreaker
Yeah.
from Old Navy? No way.
So long.
Sorry.
Hey, bitch, you're supposed to be afraid of me. I don't think so.
I'm going back to school.
What we should do? Force him to drive a Prius now? He's got no pimp hand.
It's a slippery slope.
That's where the man makes his living.
That's right. Green is for the money, gold
for the honey.
He's got a paper straw in his chalice.
That's right.
Everything's ruined.
I run around with him, and I literally drove around with him, and he's drinking out of a chalice.
God bless him.
And I've said, you ever get pulled over for an open chalice? Because God knows what's in that chalice.
It's a reasonable question.
It's a very reasonable question.
I have one of his shoes, green and gold shoe, because he used to come into, Conway KLSX all the time, and he brought his shoes and signed them. I don't know why I have it, but if anyone wants it, let me know.
California banned the sale of manufacturing of fur starting in 2023. So I got to start hoarding chinchilla now.
Now's the time.
Anyway, Newsom signed the bill too. Good. All right. There you go.
A Russian bodybuilder known as Popeye, and you've got to see this guy's picture, was destroyed in an MMA fight.
Oh, my.
In 3 minutes by an opponent 20 years his senior. This is according to New York Post. What we're looking at is not natural, obviously. It is terrifying.
It's a lot of plant protein.
Yeah. We'll get into that. And we have a little bit of the fight, too. You can run it while I tell you the story.
So he has huge biceps and triceps.
They're like
Novelty.
freakish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
novelty freakish.
23-year-old Kirill Tereshin injected his muscles with highly dangerous synthol and developed huge Popeye-like arms, and you're seeing a little bit of the footage right now. But his bizarre 24-inch biceps could not help him defeat blogger and actor Oleg Mongol at a gym in Russia. The ex-army soldier was submitted in an MMA bout in the first round. A doctor did warn him about the dangers of injecting synthol. Apparently, it causes everything: pulmonary embolisms, nerve damage, infections, words I can't pronounce, stroke.
I always wonder what these drugs are for. Like, what is this made for? You know what I mean?
That's not a drug. I think that's just an oil that you're literally injecting. Just to look
really?
Yeah, this says oil-filled cysts or ulcers as well.
It's just
so it's not
make
even
it look
medication.
big.
It's just
It's not like a steroid. Yeah,
It's just a novelty aesthetic thing.
You probably got it out from one of your cars.
But hold on.
I thought you were running a little.
Before I went into the bedroom, if I wanted to have a T-bone steak, but then inject my hog with this, I feel like it could overcompensate for the
you can skirt around the
debilitating
veganism.
effects of the beef. Jesus Christ. They do anything in Russia, right?
Indeed.
Yeah.
They're out of control.
I know. I like that they still wrestle bears.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We run from bears. Yeah. That's our thing. We scurry. All right, Gina, what else we got?
Well, the XFL officially announced their 2020 schedule, and it's happening less than 1 week after the Super Bowl, which will be played on Sunday, February 2nd. The XFL will kick off a game between the DC Defenders and the Seattle Dragons February 8th. The 10-week regular season will play out over the course of 79 days, with two top teams in each round of the two 4-team divisions. They will go to the playoffs. So you don't have to miss any sports.
The XFL's it's going?
Yeah. It's
they had a
McMahon.
Draft. They had a draft.
Yeah. A couple weeks ago, we read down all the awesome nicknames. It's a go.
I was delighted to show my son Rich Eisen kicking the football into my ass when I was snapping it to Marshall Falk the other day, because my son's so into football and he's never seen me snap the ball and get the ball kicked into my ass. by Rich Eisen. But the internet's a bizarre place. Everything's just there. We're sitting in a Mexican food
You
place.
just typed in Adam Carolla gets in the ass, and
That's right.
God knows that
Got
videos
so
that
many
came up.
viruses.
Yeah, he couldn't sleep that night for the first 140 images that came up. But then we got to Rich Eisen.
And it was sweet dreams.
This is Rich Eisen kicking me in the ass at the NFL Network. By the way, watch the snap, everyone, to Marshall Faulk. Just focus on the snap.
Go for it.
Bingo.
Touchdown.
Now that's more than a coincidence.
He did it twice. I think he did it.
Is it because I'm the #1 podcast in America?
I think he did it 2 times.
I'm killing people off. Oh my!
I swear he did it. I don't know if you can figure this out, Max, but I think
he must have, because you said, okay, that's more than a coincidence.
he kicked me in the ass 2 straight times. Like I don't think if you got a Sebastian Janikowski and you paid him, he could do that 2 times in a row. I mean, it's I don't have a huge ass, you know.
It's not big.
No,
It's normal.
it's a pleaser,
Sure.
but it's not.
It's a grower, not a shower.
Not bulbous. I don't know. What were we talking about? XFL.
Yeah, it's coming back. Are you into it? Do you care?
You know, here's what happened with football. Football, it would be like at the end of the Super Bowl, no more football until, for another 8 months, and that was it. Now it's all these, like, the 100 greatest games on the
Highlight
NFL
channel.
Network.
The combine, the draft.
The combines, the draft, and then all the retrospective, like Tom Landry, the coach,
Football
Football Life, and you're doing. I'm looking at Dr. Drew, but it's like it's not fulfilling, but it's kind of chipping. You know what I mean? You can get by, you won't get the
Just a
night
little to take the
sweats.
edge off,
You get the edge off, and then they have the round tables and all the archival footage.
So you never have to be without it.
No, and it'll hold you over
Right.
to the next season. All right, Gina, one more.
You got it.
Wait, did
Uh-oh.
he do it twice?
Yeah, like this is the other time.
Oh my God!
We have it on tape. Here it is on tape. He split this up.
Oh, sorry, we gotta look at it again.
Not good.
All right, so he hits me. He does it 2 times.
He split this up.
He was aiming for it. You weren't even in the same
There's
position.
2 kicks in a row. He hit me right in the ass.
Of all the
very
places
good.
to get hit, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't turning around for a reason.
Smart.
It's not
Rich
dignified.
taking nutsack off. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Well, Domino's Japan is adding some spice with their new limited edition pizza. It's part of their Halloween roulette pizza campaign, and one of the slices is spiked with ghost pepper.
Do you guys get nauseated when you see like the IHOP commercials and they're like for Halloween and they take like the purple whipped cream and
Yeah.
they spray it all over the
not for me,
place
no.
and it's like it's weird looking and it looks so synthetic and grotesque
And the Whopper, it's like a black and purple meat and bun, and it's gross.
I get it.
Who's that
It's
for?
Halloween.
Yeah, but we can just have candy in a regular burger.
Who's that for?
I don't
Who's
know.
like, oh, great. Colored food.
Food bloggers and stoners.
Ostensibly kids, but isn't here's the
Isn't
problem.
IHOP for kids anyway?
IHOP used to be enough. You know what I mean? This is basically a blowjob with an Altoid. Don't need it.
The blowjob or the Altoid?
Careful.
Let me write this down.
Just stick with the blowjob. You want an Altoid later.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
fine.
sure.
You got to get that
Altoids are
taken.
here.
That's my business.
You're the one who needs the Altoid.
Right.
Save
Understood.
that Altoid.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's after.
You're going to need it.
Sure. So it's part of their roulette pizza campaign. Ghost pepper is now the 8th hottest chili. It was the first. Now it's the 8th with its rating of more than 1 million on the Scoville scale. It's 400 times hotter than Tabasco. And you're not going to be able to detect which slice has the ghost pepper because the ghost pepper is in liquid form. So they just drizzle it over the top of your pizza. So you just go
Ghost
for
pepper
it.
extract.
You detect it
Yeah.
at some point.
Yeah.
Yes.
You'll find out pretty quick.
This is just a Russian roulette. Like they just want to.
it's a
dance,
novelty
a challenge.
pizza game, yeah. Because Japan and us, we do dumb shit. We have there was a Cheez-It pizza stuffed Cheez-Its or Pizza Hut. It's like a big pillowy giant Cheez-It, and they put the pizza shit inside.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
But shouldn't we just have like one slice where an employee beat off on it, and then if we really turn this into a turn, like, hey, we're having some real steaks
It's
here.
hooky cookie.
Yeah, it's hooky pizza.
Jizzy pizza.
Do we have the IHOP commercial that is freaking me out?
Yes, we do have the new Addams Family menu with Wednesday's web cakes and haunted hot chocolate. And for
Doesn't look real.
kids eat free.
Whoa, let's go. I call shotgun. Pancake.
All right. Consider this about Addams Family. It's not like it was a good show.
Yeah,
what do we need so much Addams Family stuff?
Again, who's
It's
this
back.
for?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Back
I don't
with a
know.
vendor.
Like
Who
the
has
show.
nostalgia for this?
You know what I learned the other
nobody.
day, though, in those photos? For when they're taking photos like that, they're actually using shaving cream.
Oh, sure, yeah. 'cause
really?
it won't
They
melt.
don't use real cream when they do the
Yeah.
videos and photo
Ice
shoots.
creams, mashed potatoes, up
Or
is
maybe
down,
they've
left
had
is
an
right.
issue with stoned grips eating the product, and
Yeah.
it finally had to
That'll
substitute
show 'em.
shave cream. All right, let's call it a day,
You
GinaGrad.
got it. I'm GinaGrad, and that's the news.
Imagine me taking several thousand linear feet of cock.
That was the news with GinaGrad.